What's going on, guys? So, over the weekend, I was kind of pondering an idea that I've had, and so let me kind of run it by you and get your feedback, right? So, I'm a big fan of this YouTube channel called No Clip. It's for video game documentaries, and they basically go to the studios, interview the developers, do like a tour of the studio, and kind of like make a story out of it. And it's very just immersive. It's like you feel like a part of the development process while the devs are making these games. You get a better insight into your favorite games. The idea that I had was it would be amazing to kind of do a similar kind of documentary, but on the hardcore strategy games, where the games that we all know and love, the Grognard level games, like War in the East 2 or Warplan Pacific that's coming up, Panzer Corps 2, things like that, where we don't have documentaries on those types of games. And I thought that would be a really amazing thing, a project to do. So I'll show you guys quickly here some of the. So they have one here about creative assembly on how Rome Total War came to be.
Isn't actually very good. We actually went back to Activision at that point and said we're going to need more time, and they gave us another year. We had planned to make it a year quicker.
Everything was new, and there was a very loose template in Shogun 1 that we could follow, but we pretty much changed everything. So we changed the way the campaign map worked entirely. So we went from the region-based map to the very open world campaign, and with the 3D models there was a lot more we could do on the battles to make them exciting.
So yeah, doing everything in 3D for the first time, building a 3D engine that could display thousands of men. There was nothing else that could do that at the time. Nothing else got close. So it needed to be really, really, really efficient. It was things like building cities where the buildings in the city matched what was on the campaign map, right? Which sounds like a really small thing, but that actually cost a lot of effort. So it's actually, I guess that's a surprising thing about all the Total War games. It may actually be quite small things in them which end up sinking huge amounts of the effort, and sometimes it's surprising where those end up being.
So I was thinking of something like that, right? For our favorite games, for Panzer Corps 2, War in the East, Order of Battle, Warplan Pacific, games that really kind of are near and dear to our heart, that have stories to tell that are kind of going unheard. This was kind of one of the ideas why I did developer dialogue. I wanted to kind of interview the developers and kind of get an insight into the game development process, the challenges they faced. But I feel like I'm missing something in developer dialogue. I'm missing that physical interaction, being able to sit down with the developer, being able to hear the story straight from them, being able to kind of give you a look at the studio, how the team works together, and what tools that they use to develop these legendary games that we just love, and so I've been thinking for something like this to happen, for to develop a team, one or two guys to go to different parts of the world, because the developers that make our favorite games are spread throughout the world, some in Europe, a few in the United States, some in Australia. It would require a pretty big Kickstarter fund, and possibly a Patreon. And it would require a good funding campaign to get it started, and then Patreon to kind of keep it moving. So I wanted to kind of run it by you guys. Would you guys be interested in that? Would you guys be interested in starting a Kickstarter, you know, funding it, and then becoming a Patreon member to keep it going so we can develop more projects where we can go from one game to the other? So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. If you're for it, if you're against it. I also put a Twitter poll. I'll also link that in the description. Let me know because I would love to get your feedback, guys. And yeah, this would be something I really would love to do, but I'm not going to do it without you. All right. Catch you guys in the next one.